I believe experiencing FOMO, the fear of missing out, when a game releases is something most of us have experienced. When Tomodachi Life 2 came out for the Switch, both my girlfriend and I were really sad that we could not afford to buy the game and hated that we were missing out on the early experience. But nowadays I'm actually happy, as the critique of the game showed me that in its current state it's a bit lackluster, and so I'm content with waiting for more content to be released and for the price tag to drop down eventually. GTA 6 is not even released yet, but my girlfriend and I probably will not be able to afford a PS5 until then, and the FOMO is already killing me inside. But I do not want to talk about simple FOMO like that here. I want to take a look at something I coined Retroactive FOMO. The fear of missing out on the early days of a game, even though you only found out about it years later. It seems like a paradox. How can you fear that you're missing out on something that already happened a long time ago? Maybe retroactive jealousy would be a more appropriate term, but I'm not jealous of the experience players had at release. At least I don't think so. I fear that I'm missing out on something unique that can never be replicated because, yes, the game is there. In cases like Minecraft, I can even play the earliest versions. But I'm missing out on the community, on the lack of knowledge you had at that time compared to what you possess now. After more than 15 years, I have a good understanding of what direction Minecraft took and how the game plays. But if I actually got my hands on the 2009 version, I would have experienced knowing nothing. I've often heard that players agree that many games were at their peak when the experience was novel and no one knew the best strategies yet. No meta was established, no one cared about balance. This feeling is the strongest when thinking about Dead by Daylight and League of Legends for me. I know. You see, I started League of Legends during its third season, a few months before Zack was released, so around 2012, maybe 2013. Compared to now, that's absolutely ancient, but at that point I had already missed 2 seasons. When I look back at old League, I can reminisce on how the game used to play, how it looked, what inside jokes were popular, how bad the EU West servers were, and how concepts like APE would appear alien to anyone who started playing in the recent years. I love this feeling. It fills me with warmth. Then I think about the first 2 seasons that I missed out on, and how many cool experiences I never got to witness myself. I know, this seems stupid, but I really wish I was there for the first 2 seasons. Same goes for Dead by Daylight. I started playing around 2019 and that was 7 years ago. The game has changed a lot since then, and the same applies like it does for League. I can look back fondly at a time that will never return, and yet I'm kind of mad that I never got to experience the first 3 years of this game's life cycle. At one point I got so obsessed with trying to recreate that feeling that I watched videos from 2016 and even more videos on all the changes that By Daylight went through since then. And then it hit me. I'm doing what a lot of us do in real life too, which is romanticizing the past. When we look back at something, we usually are biased in one of 2 directions, positively or negatively. Sure, all those game-breaking bugs and unbalanced metas were entertaining in their own way, but there are a lot of quality of life improvements that are missing compared to nowadays, and a lot of time those experiences we missed out on just sucked for the people at the time. When I go back to an earlier version of pretty much any game, I'm just completely thrown off and annoyed by the things that are missing, which have become integral to me. I mean, we all probably have things in our past we do not treat honestly. Like for me, that's school. It was a ton of fun to mess around with friends, to have so much free time, to game and do whatever I want to do, make many first experiences of adolescence, but if I were to be teleported back in time, I would think school sucks really bad. So, okay, I missed out on a lot of things both in gaming and real life that caused or causes me a ton of retroactive FOMO. After reflecting on this at the end of my script, I'm glad I missed out. The truth is, no matter how worked up I get, it does not matter. I can never go back. I can just accept that I missed out on some cool experiences or stay mad. I got to witness the release period of several other games instead, making memories that other people will never be able to relate to. As humans, we always wish to have it all. But one of the lessons we all need to learn eventually is that not only is our time finite, but so are our priorities. Of course, I could make it my goal to catch as many game releases as possible, but where would be the point to make that my priority when there are so many other things that are way more important than that in my life? We will never be able to read every book, watch every movie, play through every game, or learn all the skills and traits we would like to. We have to pick and choose our battles, and I do not want to waste any more time getting sad over something as absurd as retroactive FOMO that's completely out of my control. If I miss the GTA 6 release, so be it. It would probably be a good motivator to be on social media less frequently to avoid spoilers for a time period. Maybe I will take the time to finally play Red Dead Redemption 2 then. If you take away one thing from my silly topic of retroactive FOMO in gaming, it should be that you can choose to be a hostage of the past, or you can choose to live in the present and accept what cannot be changed. Hey CK, out.